Police looking for Rashee Rice as he fled the scene of an accident that potentially definitely injured more than one person, I believe. And we have a whole lot to discuss in regards to this fantasy football impact. Obviously, that's what we do here, right? We have to discuss this kind of stuff. Happy Easter. Prayers up to those injured in this situation. Rashee Rice fled the scene of an accident. Police are looking for him. And there's a whole lot to break down on this. Unfortunate news. Happy Easter. File on in. Appreciate you being here.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
You never like to be here on a Easter Sunday talking about a player that, fled the scene of an accident. Apparently, this is the lowdown on it, okay? Rice was driving a Corvette. Another individual, apparently a buddy of his, driving a Lamborghini. They were racing. They both crashed, and the dash cam footage from another vehicle shows the crash happen. It's on my Instagram if you want to go watch it. Go to the Fantasy Football Show on Instagram. I have it up there. So the Lamborghini and Corvette crash. The Corvette was reportedly driven by Rashee Rice. Both the Corvette and Lamborghini racer drivers and everybody fled the scene after the crash. Reportedly, witness says that Rashee Rice, or at least the entourage, it could have been Rice involved in that, I don't know, grabbing bags, and someone said grabbing guns out of a car before they fled. There's also other news here that I can break down. So this one right here, update: a woman was injured in the crash that involved Chief Rashee Rice, and said that the men put her 4-year-old son in danger and walked away without sympathy. I'm just blessed that I was able to walk out of there, she said. And then here's another report here. Here's an update. She also said that a pair of white cleats were left in the back of the Lamborghini. One of the other witnesses said they took guns and bags from the vehicle before they left, reportedly per TMZ from Don Kleiman on his Twitter. And then another report here. A Corvette and Lamborghini were racing, which caused a 6-vehicle accident. 6-vehicle accident. Per Dallas News, the call sheet lists Rashee Rice as the Corvette driver. Both drivers fled the scene. So, here we are trying to dissect this and try and anticipate what's coming down from the team and the league. I don't know. The problem is the NFL is so unpredictable when it comes to this kind of stuff. However, this has a little bit of a different feel to it. There's a lot more involved. This isn't like where there's footage of somebody fighting, like in the Kamara situation. I'm trying to think of the Alvin Kamara situation and trying to tie it to this in terms of league reaction and sitting back and waiting for something to happen. Or is this something that triggers, because of the Henry Ruggs situation, does this trigger some sort of weird, fast, quick reaction by the league or the team? I don't know. The fact that I apologize. You'll have to bear with me. I'm still under the weather. Casa de Smitty's been hit hard with a cold and flu. The fact that this guy fled the scene's bad. Like, how do you flee the scene? Hollywood Brown stock goes up. Rashee Rice, we don't know. I'm not saying that he's going to even miss a game in 2024. I don't know. The way that this Alvin Kamara situation went, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we didn't hear a single word from the NFL for quite some time, or they say they're going to let the legal matter play out, or we could see them take action because of Henry Ruggs in that situation. I don't know. the optics of this are not good. The predictability of league reaction is not easy. The predictability of the team reaction is not going to be easy either. Do I feel like he's safe for playing a majority, if not all, of the 2024 season? I don't know that. Do I think that there's a chance there could be something crazy that unfolds that has this guy like just fizzle out of the league because of this? I mean, I don't know. There's certainly a possibility. But bottom line is the details are still coming out. If he basically fled the scene, there wasn't any weapons like reported in one of those tweets there. That again there was allegedly some guns and bags removed from the vehicles. Maybe they were legally allowed to be there. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's permits for them. I don't know. So a lot of this could unravel later into something bigger, or it could just be like, okay, he fled the scene. He fled the scene. His attorney's going to say because it was on the middle of the freeway. He didn't want to get hit, and there's some logic to that, right? Like get off the freeway, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out. I really have no clue how it's going to play out. Bottom line is we've seen the league be overreactive and underreactive. So we're kind of at the mercy of the details that are soon to unfold. But appreciate everybody being in here. File on in. I'll be opening the phone lines. Again, your boy's a little bit under the weather. So you'll have to bear with me as I cough through the show. I don't know what to say. Like, if someone was to ask me, Smitty, what do you think happens here? Do you think he misses some time in 2024? I truly, my answer is at this stage in it, I don't know. I feel like I'd be absolutely guessing because the NFL is so unpredictable. They have a heavy hand 1 minute and a non-heavy hand the next minute. They overreact to this. They don't overreact to that. I think a lot of it depends on the details that come out. If, let's say, his attorney says, look, he was getting off the freeway because he didn't want to get hit, whatever, and that's why, and he immediately did this, and this, then I'll probably, I guess he's seeing completely just getting brushed under the rug and being a non-issue. If the reports of getting guns and bags and something evolves around that ends up being kind of shady, then I could see this thing unraveling. But I don't know. Who the hell knows? Fact is, he fled the scene. Definite suspension, Roger, and it will be under heavy pressure on this one, says Hollywood. Maybe. The other part that's crazy is that he isn't, the fact that the police are looking for him. You know, like if he had turned himself in immediately, or his lawyer called the police or whatever and said, hey, you know, he left the freeway because, but the fact that we're getting reports that the police are looking for him means that he not only fled the scene, but he hasn't been in contact. So this could end up bad. This could end up really bad. If he fled the scene and there's no signs whatsoever that his attorney can't spin as to why he fled the scene, per example of getting off the freeway and it was dangerous or something, but he contacted the police immediately, whatever the spin would be, he's in some trouble. He's in some trouble. Dial on in if you guys want to talk about this one.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Your boy Smitty's not doing too well right now, so you have to bear with me. I don't even know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying, but I mean, I don't remember what I just said. Like I got short-term amnesia now. I got anterograde amnesia. Everything that happened from, you know, a sound or anything moving forward, I don't remember anything that just happened. Oh, man. Let's see here. And there'll be a lot of people that come in here that want to defend him, which I get and I understand, and I appreciate the innocent until proven guilty stance. I 100% do. We all should be grateful we live in a country where we have, you know, that right, innocent until proven guilty, and certainly we need to extend that thought to players as well when they go through things like this, and I try and do that. But we definitely need to, have conversations around, the worst case scenarios, though, So it's not like we're saying he 100% did this or 100% did that. We don't know. Like I even prefaced that there's a chance that, there's permits for the weapons or there wasn't even weapons at all. But someone said that they're grabbing bags and weapons. I saw one comment said, how do you know that there were weapons in the bag? How do you know that the weapons were in the bag? Because the report is they grabbed weapons and bags. So you're even assuming that the weapons were in a bag. But we'll have to see, what all comes down of it. We have no idea. Homie says, just join the live. Can you repeat everything? No. You can rewind. Happy Easter. Appreciate you all being here. There's always something going on. That's right. Pretty obvious alcohol or drugs were involved. I think that's the one concern. Like if you said, hey, be presumptuous here, Smitty, I would say he fled because, you couldn't get caught with if he had alcohol in his system or something in the system. He needed to get away, right? That's an assumption. We have no clue if that's accurate, but that's what a logical person would say. Why would somebody flee the scene and put themselves in a major spotlight and at some major risk? Well, because they need to get whatever's in their system out of their system so they can then, be like, hey, I got nothing in my system. See, and then you're fighting the whole. Okay, well, you fled. What's better, fleeing the scene? I'm not saying this is a good move. I'm just saying from his mindset, as crappy as it was, as bad as it was, as stupid as it was, as wrong as it was, his mindset probably was thinking, what's worse, fleeing the scene, but then later on being like, hey, this is why I fled, but I got nothing in my system, or not fleeing the scene and having that in the system and then being done. So it's probably what went through his head if he did have something in his system, even if it was alcohol. If it wasn't anything like that, he was just merely drag racing. The fact that he fled the scene to begin with is horrible. The fact that he's, pulling stuff out of the vehicle, him and his entourage leaving. Here's a footage of that. You can see the accident on the right. You can see the group of gentlemen fleeing the scene on the left. And I'm not sure. Is Rashee Rice the one in the red hat thing? I'm pretty sure that's Rashee Rice with that red hat on. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm not in my best state of mind. Man, doing it live, says call your boy loud. Appreciate you, my guy, coming in with your celebratory message. We got 447 people in here from Twitter. We've got 286 from YouTube. We got about 170. Hit that thumb up button on your way in the door. Okay, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Jason says you called them gentlemen. I'm sorry. I'm sick, bro. What do you want me to call them? I'm trying to be as I don't know, as gentle as I can. I'm trying to present this without screaming and yelling. I'm trying to use the innocent until proven guilty tone. Non-gentlemen. Look at these non-gentlemen fleeing the scene. Is that better? Non-gentlemen fleeing the scene. Let's see here. Hit that like button. Thank you, Kerry. Appreciate you. Maybe Rice is the white. He looks ripped. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one is Rashee Rice. It's hard to tell with this photo when you zoom in. It could be Rice on the left. It could be Rice on the left. But I thought it was. I mean, doesn't that look like Rice's face? Here's the photo on the left. Rashee Rice on the very left of my screen in the image on the left. And then here's this photo. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. You can't really zoom in. Yeah, I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I can be. Exactly. Woke up to someone trying to buy Rice low from me. Rice in a 2025 late third for scary Michael Wilson and Josh Palmer. People are on the loose, bro. They're trying to steal. Hey, you probably want to get rid of Rashee Rice. I wouldn't get rid of him on that kind of value. But would I trade him for like a Devon Achane? Sure. Do it live. The guy in the white shirt looks like Rice, maybe. Yeah, that might be Rice on the left. I don't know. Hard to say. Sold him for a 3.1. I mean, is that a 3.1 in a keeper draft? It depends on who's available. I don't know. Innocent until proven guilty, and photos prove guilty, says LOL Al Bundy. Innocent people flee the scene of an accident all the time, right? Says Adam. I mean, that's the problem. That's the negative going for him, bro. Is like for Rice to like walk away from the scene when someone's injured. Like, I mean, maybe we'll hear that they tried to help the injured people, but it sounds like they grabbed their stuff and left while somebody was injured. Like, you don't do that. And number two, on top of that, it's like, you know, reportedly, there were guns and bags grabbed out of the vehicle. You know, let's get the stuff out of the car, and maybe they're registered or whatever. I don't know. If they are, then, you know, it's better not to leave something like that in the vehicle, I guess. You could argue. All these things could be argued, is what I'm saying. We got to wait until we have further details before we can come to any conclusions. But certainly not good. Not to mention, like, they can't find him, reportedly. Maybe they've already talked to him. Maybe that news is not hit yet, and he very quickly turned himself in, or his attorney said he'll turn himself in Monday morning after Easter, after he gets whatever's in his system out of his system, which is an assumption. But, like, I'm just giving you all the angles here. That's one idea. But all I know is, like, this is the NFL. And they have a heavy hand 1 minute and a non-heavy hand the other minute. We don't know. We don't know what the NFL is going to do. Wednesday from Florida. What's up?
Hey.
What's up, Wednesday? You're live.
Hey, Smitty. How's everything? Happy
Oh,
Easter.
not bad. Not bad. Just, you know, unfortunate news here on a Easter Sunday.
Yeah, I know. What was that Georgia Bulldog last year? Defensive end. Involved in an accident like this.
I
resulting in
forget.
death.
I forget.
Team?
I forget the yeah.
The Eagles.
Yeah. I'm not in my right state of mind, bro. I'm so out of it right now. But yeah, that was.
I can't think of him either.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy.
The guy. You know the guy.
Right. He turned out to be good. I'm glad he didn't do too well. You know, and the Eagles screwed up anyway. But
Carter, Jalen
I'm
Carter.
trying to think, why would he get away from facing any kind of consequences? But Rashid Rice, he's in the NFL now.
Well,
you leave the scene of an accident. You are guilty
yeah.
with injuries. I mean, we're talking felony right there.
Yeah, I mean,
Why did they
if
let
any
him
of
go?
us got in an accident and left, we'd be in some trouble.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
know.
if he's not in any trouble at all, it'll be pretty frustrating for, I think, the average person to be like, "What in the hell?" You know, what in the
He's
hell?
in trouble.
Yeah,
He's definitely going to be.
He's definitely in trouble.
I don't think he can. Yeah, I mean, the argument last year was, why are they still drafting him? Why are they not going after him? But they don't settle anything. So if you put the guy in jail, he never gets drafted. The family of the people that he killed or was involved in the accident, they get nothing. So simply, they didn't press charges. Now, Rashid Rice, he's in the NFL. He's already made millions. He's going to get sued. They're going to press charges. I'm sorry, I feel under I'm coughing as well, so.
yeah, that's right. Don't make me cough, though, bro. It's contagious, like a yawn.
Yeah, it's just my
don't, bro. You're making me cough.
You can't catch it over the phone, so you're fine.
No. But it's like
Yeah, but
it's like a yawn. It's contagious. You're making me cough.
Sorry about that.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but I was also surprised that this happened about 6 p.m. yesterday on the highway. Somebody also posted that before the accident, that the race was about to start on somebody's tweet.
I don't know, bro.
So, I mean, there's an actual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from somebody else before the accident. So he's definitely involved.
Well,
So,
the report
whatever.
the report is he was driving the Corvette and another driver was driving the Lambo. So in all these
Yeah, but I
reports
mean,
could be
before the
wrong.
accident,
They
somebody
could,
else had posted something that,
and these could all be wrong. We don't know. These are all like just tweets, going out. Like we have no concrete information or validation on these. So allegedly, everything's allegedly at this point. But allegedly,
absolutely.
Rice was driving the Corvette.
So I felt it. Tons of alleged shit.
Yeah, allegedly he was driving the Corvette. Allegedly another guy was driving the Lambo, and allegedly they were racing, and allegedly there were guns and bags removed from the vehicles, and allegedly they fled the scene without any assistance or sympathy to the injured. Allegedly, Rice has not been found still. So all those things are alleged. All those things are not proven. We have no idea. Innocent until proven guilty, but they're all very bad, and we have to map them out and say if they all end up. Hold on, Wednesday. Hold on. You keep interrupting me, pal.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to come of this. If all these things end up being true, these alleged things, he's in some trouble. If half of them end up being true, if there's no guns and there's no, then everything's going to be you just got to take it as it comes. We have no idea. All right, go ahead, Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely going to. Well, I'm glad he's not on my roster. But I'm going to say best of luck.
All right.
Thank God nobody was really hurt badly.
All right, hang tight. Let's go over to Ron Navy. Wednesday, hang tight. You can stay on the line here. If you got anything else, you can chime in.
I'm going to punch you up. I'll watch you continue. Let Ron Navy take the show.
All right, hey, Wednesday, call in any time. I appreciate you, pal. Get better.
Yeah, no problem. Later.
Get better, bro.
All right, thanks,
Later.
Dave. Bye-bye.
Ron Navy, you're live.
I think you already know my take. What my take's going to be.
No, I don't actually.
Allegedly fry his ass. Kick him out of the NFL. Get rid of stupid punks that they get drafted. They have everything handed to them on a platter, and they screw it up. Get rid of them. Get rid of all these thugs out of the NFL.
All right. Well,
get rid of them.
all right. Well,
That's my point.
yeah, we'll see what allegedly get rid of him. Ron Navy says. I think we need more information before we can decide what the NFL is gonna lean toward. But I don't know, man. When that Alvin Kamara footage was released and we went live on it, I thought as sure as anything they were gonna do something. The optics were so bad. How in the hell does the league not suspend Alvin Kamara when there's footage of this man getting bashed into the ground and they didn't do anything? They didn't do anything. So part of me,
That's Vegas, and
I know, but still the optics were so bad. No one cared. I don't know. A part of me wonders if the NFL is going to do a single thing, even if everything is true. If they're going to say we're going to let it all play out. We're going to let it all play out. I don't know. I don't know what the NFL is going to do. I hope they do something if all these things are true. If he fled the scene, like it reportedly happened, if he was driving, like allegedly he was, if he didn't offer any assistance to the injured, one person was injured pretty badly, had to go to the hospital, if there was guns involved and all that, and they still can't find him right now, so he's got time to whatever's in his system, if there is anything, he could let it all get out of his system and then go in Monday. That it's going to be crazy, man, if the NFL doesn't do anything. But the NFL is absolutely. We got a few get off my lawns.
Where were they driving?
What, Ron?
Where were they driving?
I don't know. They're on the freeway just drag racing, bro. In the
What state?
Corvette Lamborghini.
Was it in?
Dallas? Not Dallas. Well, I don't know. I don't know what state they were in. Let me see.
It really depends on the states too. You got to look at the states that it happened in. Because Las Vegas don't process crap. They just let everything go on and.
Please continue to search. Please continue to search for Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice after car registered to him was involved in a major accident Saturday, according to WFAA. Police believe that the car registered to Rice was street racing with another car on the Central Expressway in Dallas. So it was Dallas.
Dallas.
Dallas doesn't mess. They don't mess around in Texas, bro. That was not the right place to go break the law. They got Wyatt Earp is on the case.
They got a tough attorney general there in Texas too. So.
Wow, Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that a lot of people are going to start kicking around the Ayuk rumors. I know that's it's going to be what we see for like 24 to 48 straight hours. Guess Ayuk's going to the Chiefs. First off, on that, I would say pump the brakes. But I think Hollywood Brown, is going to end up being quite a gem this year. And man, this is going to be crazy. And even if let's say like Alvin Kamara, this thing is weirdly dragged out by the NFL. There's a really good shot that Rice still has a bad year because he's in his head.
Alvin sent him to jail.
Get off my lawn. Yeah, he's with.
They'll want to send him to jail.
He's with Diddy. Maybe Diddy got him out of the country. I don't know. It's a good one, Kevin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Who's that other NFL player for?
The what?
Who's that other NFL player that took off and they're trying to find?
In this crash?
No, before last week. Remember? Who was he? Oh, for Cam something from Detroit, and then they can't find him, but Detroit cut him.
Oh yeah.
So that's the second NFL player.
If anybody wants to see the actual dash cam footage of the accident occurring, it's on my Instagram. So just go to the Fantasy Football Show on Instagram. I have the footage of the TMZ footage of the actual crash. So you can go watch that on my Instagram. I think I have it on Twitter as well. But yeah, I mean, this is bad, but we don't know what it's going to end up being.
You don't even know what the victims are. If any of them are kids, people are going to go bad at it.
Well, there was a 4-year-old. So, yeah, there's a 4-year-old involved.
Yeah. See, you lock him up and you put him in freaking jail. That's what you do. That's what he deserves.
All right.
Be part of that. You should know. You want a freaking race, you should have joined NASCAR. You should have been a drag racer or something else. Don't do it on the freaking streets, you dumbasses.
All right. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you.
Well, I'm just saying. You put.
I know.
What would you do?
No, I know, Ron. I know, Ron. I know.
Your girl in the back of your car, and these idiots come up and cause an accident.
I know, Ron. I'm just trying to calm you down a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm just like, God, these guys don't deserve what they get because.
This is why the NFL should be year-round, says Sayward. Problem is their bodies won't be able to play football year-round, pal, but I hear what you're saying. Fleeing the scene and hiding. The man is guilty, says Monty. Casey might Kareem Hunt the man.
Here's the other. If they did have weapons, okay, if they're registered, Texas has an open carry law. So you can openly carry in Texas. So why flee the scene with weapons if they were legal weapons?
I don't know.
Just stay, and the weapons shouldn't even be a thing.
Well, I think one could argue. I think one could argue, and this is what will probably be argued, is dangerous to leave them in there. But all those details need to come out because if they're just because there are weapons involved doesn't mean that they were illegal weapons or anything. So we'll find out on that. But
that's why you don't leave. That's why you wait for the police to show up, and when the police show up,
of course,
you tell them I have registered weapons in the car.
Yep. Well,
Tell them that
he
right up front.
he disappointed a lot of fantasy owners today. I'll tell you that. There are a lot of people that are upset right now.
Yeah.
Well,
His mom's really happy with it too, huh?
Yeah. All right, Ron. Appreciate you, bro. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on.
Yeah, you're not feeling better, huh?
I'm still kind of under the weather.
Have you taken anything for it?
Not like prescription anything. I've just been trying to weather through it. Doesn't get too much better.
Go down to the Z-Pack. They'll give you a Z-Pack.
Yeah, I might. All right, Ron. Appreciate you.
Z-
Get off my lawn.
Yep.
All right, later, bro.
Is that what you get off my lawn?
Is that what?
Was that you saying that? Get off my lawn?
Yeah, well, that's what everybody says when you come in on one of your rants, and everyone says "get off my lawn" in the chat. Like that's.
You know where that comes from, right?
From like somebody.
Virginia, Norfolk area. People would post signs
Get off
on
my
their
lawn.
lawns for the Navy guys to stay off their lawns. Sailors stay off my lawn.
Yeah. All right, later, Ron. Appreciate you.
Later.
All right. Dial in. Anybody else has another question here? Scott, you're live. Scott, what can I do for you?
Hang on, let me turn this down. Turn this off. Okay. Man, somebody's got to start holding these NFL players for what they do. You know, they got to start pressing some of these issues, man. That's all there is to it. That's the only thing that's going to get these young guys to stop acting like idiots. It's the only thing, is if they see that, you know, they're not going to get harmed. You know, if they see they're going to go to jail, then they'll stop doing this stupid shit. Excuse my French.
Yeah. On, I don't know this one here. Say word says Super Bowl on a rookie contract. Rice served his purpose. It says say word. Yeah, I don't know, man. The problem is like that Alvin Kamara footage when it came out was so damning.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it. The
Yeah,
NFL
he should have went straight to jail for
the
that.
NFL didn't do
NFL
a
did
thing.
nothing.
They didn't do a thing.
Yeah.
Like regardless of jail time and all that stuff, like they didn't do a thing. And it's crazy to me that like what does the rug situation make this one inexcusable? That's the question. You know, because that rug situation.
Oh,
is,
absolutely.
you know, so I don't know, but to you or
absolutely.
I maybe, but I'm saying to the NFL, I don't know. I don't know if the NFL is going to look at this situation and say this is something we're going to step in on. I think they might maybe just say this is a criminal thing that's going to have to play out. Fleeing the scene of an accident.
How can they throw a guy out for a year for gambling, and then let something like this pass?
Because it's all about money to the NFL.
You know?
That's why.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
I know that. And he's a Chief, so they're trying to make the Chiefs this decade's team.
Yeah. I don't know,
I
man.
really believe that.
Addison got popped going 140 miles per hour. Heck, Rice and them weren't doing near that. Is that excuse, Jesse? There's a difference between going 140 miles an hour and getting popped, and then without alcohol or anything like that, and then going even, let's call it 90 miles an hour. Who cares? Recklessly driving, getting in an accident, putting people in the hospital, fleeing the scene of the accident, walking off the freeway, and the police are looking for you. What the hell are you talking about, Jesse?
Yeah, that right there by itself, leaving the scene of an accident should be jail time, flat. Doesn't matter how fast you're going or how bad anybody got hurt. If nobody got hurt, fleeing the scene of an accident is jail time for normal people.
Rice had an accident this is the same guy, Jesse. Rice had an accident on the highway at 6 p.m. with minor injuries. Big difference. Tell me you're not like a Dynasty Rice owner without telling me you're not a Dynasty Rice owner. I mean, come on, Jesse. What are you talking about? Jesse's coming in here defending like crazy. Here's a big difference. Come on. He needs to play. He needs to play. Put him out on the field. He needs to play. This is my guy. I own him in 7 leagues. What are we doing here?
That's the reason I like redraft better than I do Dynasty, Smitty. Because you never know if these players are going to hang out to dry like that.
Good
in
God.
Dynasty.
I've never seen somebody defend somebody so massively. got in an accident on the freeway. I don't care what the speed difference was. And, Jesse, you can't compare going 140 miles an hour, not causing an accident and getting a speeding ticket, and drag racing, putting people in the hospital, fleeing the scene without helping anybody. What in the hell's going on, Jesse? George from the Bay, you're live. Scott, hang tight. George from the Bay.
Yes, me. I just want to say, Ron Navy coming in hot with the gavel, just coming trying to judge this guy right off the bat without knowing all the facts for sure. But
that's why we say get off our lawn.
I kind of agree. Yeah, I kind of agree with a few points that he made, though. Like, if there is a child involved, like obviously that makes it a little extreme. First thing that comes to my mind when I saw the story was like the Henry Ruggs thing a few years ago. I know that nobody got killed, right? There's nobody that died yet. But
in this one, Henry Ruggs, yes. But, yeah, in this one, nobody died according to the reports, yeah.
Right. So that's good for Rashee Rice. But, on the flip side of the thing, if he was the driver, he's definitely going to be doing some jail time probably, and the Chiefs are probably going to cut him. But
wow, you're jumping. Hold on. Let's take this one at a time. You're jumping to some quick conclusions, but
well, I'm saying it's the fact of the case.
I'm not saying that he won't get cut or that he won't be doing jail time, but I certainly think the historical trend of this kind of stuff makes me feel like, and I'm not predicting no jail time, and I'm not predicting no release, but if I was a betting man, there's no way in hell I'd bet on the NFL acting like that. I'm just saying, I would bet on the NFL doing very little, and I'd bet on him not doing a single day of jail time. But that's just me. If you or I fled the scene of an accident like this, where someone was put in the hospital, we were drag racing on the freeway, we were reportedly grabbing guns and bags and exiting the freeway, walking off with an entourage of people, we would be doing some sort of jail time.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know that the NFL players fall into that whatsoever. Nor do I feel like the NFL is going to even do anything until this thing comes to like a conclusion. Because their policy as of late has been, we don't do anything until the criminal process plays out. So we'll see if this touches a nerve similar to the Ruggs situation that makes them do something. I do know that, like, let's say in the case of Ray Rice, where there was the domestic situation, there was camera footage of a player putting their hands on somebody and throwing them around that was a female or something, especially a domestic, like a domestic partner. I could see the NFL taking immediate action, like they did with Ray Rice. I could see them doing that. But if it was a male that got beat up by Alvin Kamara, it didn't matter. They didn't care. Let the criminal process play out. With this situation, if there's no alcohol proven to be involved, and how do you know that there isn't? You don't. That's why some say he may have fled, and it's an accusation and totally alleged that he fled to maybe because he didn't want to be checked for something in the system. And if the worst thing he did was flee and had an excuse for why, it's dangerous on the freeway and I'm a celebrity and I didn't want people to, he could figure out a way to make that mistake that he made of fleeing seem like not as big of a deal as if he had something in his system. That's what a lot of people are going to say. Right. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is, of course, innocent until proven guilty. No one here is saying otherwise, but this is damning so far. There's nothing good that's being reported.
But I mean, for us normal citizens here in America, we're guilty until proven innocent. That's the thing that makes me upset about this. Like you're saying, the special treatment these NFL players do get, it is pretty extreme, but they get off with a lot.
Yeah,
Smitty, it wouldn't matter. If it happened to any of us and we fled the scene, that's automatic jail time.
I know.
And he has to go to jail.
Well,
it doesn't matter the outcome of anything. If they prosecute him for this, he's got to go to jail just for that one fact. It wouldn't matter if nobody got hurt. or anything. You flee the scene of an accident, you're going to jail.
Yeah, but let me ask you. Let me ask you this, Scott.
I know that it's in the state of Kentucky.
Scott, if you were to beat someone up like Alvin Kamara did, but here's the thing: is that doesn't happen.
Straight to jail here in Kentucky.
This isn't the real world, though.
You're going straight to jail.
This isn't the real world, Scott. This is.
I know.
When Alvin Kamara beat a man into the ground with a bunch of his friends, if you did that, you'd probably be in jail. But Alvin Kamara didn't serve jail time. Alvin Kamara got off scot-free. You know.
Well, look where he was at, though. You know, he was in Las Vegas too. You know, they try to cover shit up there. You know, so they don't play by the rules.
Which is true, but even if you did it you did that, and there was footage of you, you'd be done. You know, so the NFL is crazy. The NFL has a heavy hand one minute and non-heavy hand. If Baked In Boys is watching, or Tony the Tiger, my two attorney pals, call in right now if you can.
Well, I think the important thing with this case, though, is that, you know, he's allegedly involved. It says allegedly the car is registered to him. We don't know for sure whether he was involved driving. You know, so like Smitty's saying, we got to let this thing play out, and we go from there.
We do have to let it play out. We can definitely make assumptions on what's broke so far. And what's broke so far is that he was the driver of the Corvette. Now, that could be bad information, and then we'll dial it back, right? But right now, we do have information that says he was the driver of the Corvette. I have the report right here. I think it says at the bottom of, let's see, this one right here. I think it's this report right here. The call sheet lists Rashee Rice as the Corvette driver. Both drivers fled the scene. So Rashee Rice was in the Corvette racing, drag racing, and the Lamborghini crash. They both crashed, caused a 6-vehicle accident, putting at least one person in the hospital. There was a child involved. They fled the scene, reportedly grabbed bags and allegedly grabbed guns and bags out of the vehicle, walked off the freeway, and fled. And the police reportedly are still looking for Rashee Rice. Maybe they have found him right now. Maybe his attorney's been in contact with the police. We don't know. My guess is that his attorney has been in contact with the police, and there'll be a statement released very shortly that says something like this. We've had our Rashee Rice's attorney, my name's Bob, and we've been in contact with the police, and we've totally said we're willing to work with the police 100%. And Rashee Rice will be down there Monday morning to answer any questions they might have as to why the hell you walked away from an accident. Hold on, let me go over to Rob. Rob, you're live.
What's up, Smitty? So I'm just listening. Like you say, if he was the driver, that's confirmed. I don't see it being any way around him having to do some type of jail time, maybe some type of community service, something. He's not getting out of it unscathed, I would think, because like y'all was talking about Alvin Kamara, the difference between Alvin Kamara and, you know, you actually get into an accident on a public highway, that was domestic. For all we know, that guy could have took money from Alvin Kamara and not press charges. So, I mean, him fleeing the scene. Someone is at the front door. He caused the accident, racing. Like, you put many people at risk when you do stuff like that. I don't think it's anywhere around.
Yeah, but you know, but again, some of the details that haven't come out, Rob, like is someone can they prove that he was driving? Like my thought right now is gonna be, is someone gonna say, no, I'll take the blame for you, Rashee Rice? No, I was driving. And then, you know, was there footage of that? How did they, you know what I mean? Like, who knows? And this is an assumption here, too. Like, I know a lot of people get mad at me over Joe Mixon, but Joe Mixon's been in a few things in his past. That when that shooting happened at Joe Mixon's house, and there were neighbors that reportedly said they saw Joe Mixon there at the time of that shooting. And then he all of a sudden wasn't there. And the police came banging on the door. They're banging on the door. They're trying to get to Joe Mixon. And it ended up being reported Joe Mixon was never out the house, is what the report was. I wonder what what really happened in that situation. And when someone's going to take the fall for him, that could change the whole dynamic of all of this, man. So those are the details we don't have yet. And I'm not necessarily saying that it might come out that he wasn't the driver. It might have just been that was the vehicle that was registered to him, so it was assumed he was driving, but someone's going to take the fall for him, or maybe they did actually, were driving the vehicle. We'll have to see.
Yeah, but nowadays they got cameras everywhere.
Well, that's going to be the crazy part, is because if he lies and they find footage of this, then it's going to be even worse if it ends up being that he lied about it. Then he's going to be done. So it's going to be important for him to tell the truth.
My initial thought was he's not going to get in trouble for it. I don't know why. Just when I seen the story, my initial feeling was, man, he's probably going to get away with it. If he did do it, he's probably going to get away with it. That was my first thought. Like, they're going to blow the story up, and then he's going to end up walking away, like you said, with the Alvin Kamara, even though that was a whole different situation. Because I don't think he should. Honestly, if you hurt somebody, you're putting kids at risk, you're putting other people at risk because of your stupidity. You probably should have to sit down and think about what the hell he was doing.
Yeah,
Like,
and there is footage, I believe, of them getting out of the vehicles, because there's dash cam footage, and I believe the footage may show Rashee Rice getting out of the driver's side. So,
wow.
Yeah, I'm not positive on that. Let me just take a gander at that footage real quickly. So I have it all on my Instagram. If you guys go to my Instagram, you can actually see the footage of it on there. But I have it on my Instagram. But the crash is crazy. It when it shows the vehicles, but it shows them all walking, and it's tough to know. It's tough to know. I don't know.
Who got injured, was this person involved in the racing or allegedly?
No. I believe the woman that got hurt had a child. And yeah.
See, that's the type of stuff that I don't like, because I have kids. We are grown men. You got a hobby, you like racing. Like Ron Navy said, go to a track. Why are you going to put other people's lives?
Yeah, Ron, you can call back in if you want. I thought I was leaving, but I guess I'm not. Okay, Sebastian, you're live. Go ahead.
All right, here is my reaction to it. I don't think it's gonna be like a Jordan Addison, Marquise Brown, Chris Olave type. Like, nothing happens because it's getting a lot of attention. It's during the off season, but I don't think it's gonna be as dramatic as a Henry Ruggs either. I think it's gonna be more like an Alvin Kamara. Let them do the legal side. Maybe he gets suspended for a game to like 3. Like, honestly, that's it. Because the kid is really what spices the whole story up. But I feel like he's just got too much money, too much resources, too big of a network to not be able to avoid jail. So I really don't think he's going to get charged for it.
It's crazy though that we as a people accept watching the elite get away with everything that we would never get away with. It's amazing to me that everybody just is okay with it. I know people gripe about it, but it's amazing to me that if any one of us were to have done this, we would be in a cell right now. Like,
it's a felony, hit and run.
It's crazy to me. He's gonna have an excuse. His attorney's gonna say, "Well, he just wanted to get off the freeway," and our whole intention, he's fully gonna cooperate. He's fully gonna, he sure is cooperating so far, isn't he? Poor Mahomes. The chaos around him never ends. Says Call Your Boy Loud. Isn't that the truth? Mahomes can't get rid of.
Smitty, if you're the front office for the Chiefs, how are you handling the situation?
I think most teams are gonna say, like, look at the New Orleans Saints. They literally said, we don't care what we're gonna do. If the league tells us to take action, we'll take action. If not, Kamara's playing. Like, they came out and said they were totally 100% not looking at it from an angle of like they're gonna take action. I mean, could I see the Chiefs like doing something like suspend him to like just prove a point, maybe? they won't. There's not much more they can do other than like release him. Like they could suspend him, or there could be something to where they try and he can't come to the facility for whatever. I don't know. Could I see them doing something like that? Sure. I think it really depends on what details get confirmed or further details come out in the next 24 hours. Because if it ends up being that he ended up, it's being alleged that he wasn't driving, and the footage of him getting out of the car was him just getting out of that side because the door was, you know what I mean? Like, who knows what they're going to say. But if the footage is, if the story is that he wasn't driving, that changes everything. He still fled, but as a driver, he didn't flee or whatever, and who the hell knows? If he actually was driving and he fled, and the police have literally been looking for him, and they still can't find him according to the reports right now, which is crazy that he's dragging it out this long. Which makes me think there's something he's hiding, and he's trying to, like something. And this is just a total guess, but like if someone had some alcohol in their system, they would want to get it out of their system before they ever got questioned. Could that be happening? I don't know, but I don't know that the Chiefs are going to do anything. I think they're going to wait and see. And I think it's important for, like, as much as everybody wants to get mad at these players right now that are getting in trouble, it's important to let it play out a little bit. Like, if I'm the Chiefs organization, I am not going to preemptively do something. If it was me, I would let the police right now handle it, let the facts come out, and then you're going to have a more clear picture of what to do. But there's nothing you can do right now as the Chiefs organization. You're like, okay, you can maybe try and get a hold of them and say, turn yourself in. What are you doing, bro? Like, turn yourself in.
So do we know if there's like a warrant out for his arrest? I mean, is that what they mean when they're looking for him? Or
there could be one. There could be one. I don't know. Right now I don't see any terminology like warrants or anything like that. But they're looking for him. They're pursuing him. All I know is there'd be a warrant out for you or me if we were.
Yeah. If I tried to call in and say, yeah, me and my lawyer will be there Monday morning, they'd be at my door like within 5 minutes.
But it is funny, the people that defend them to like no end, like this one right here. No offense, graphics, but you made the comment, so I'm just reading it. Or we're all jumping to conclusions from one grainy TMZ photo. It's not one grainy TMZ photo. There's video footage of the accident happening and Rashee Rice getting out of the vehicle, and then footage of him walking down the freeway, fleeing the scene. So you're jumping to conclusions by assuming there's one photo. Graphic 13, you got to get your facts straight before you come in and say that. Randy says, saying he fled the scene is wild. Oh, God. Tell me you're not a Rashee Rice owner without telling me it. What do you mean? It's all over. He's fled the scene. The police are looking for him. He walked up the freeway ramp. It's wild that you're defending him. That's crazy.
If you're not at the scene when the police come, you fled the scene.
Yeah, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Absolutely. The only wild one right now is you. What's up, Travis? You're live. God, imagine defending that.
So to me, like, I know these details are fuzzy and stuff, but there's already so much, not to say evidence, but things out there pointing towards that we know he was there, obviously. So to me, what's going to happen is, first of all, I could almost guarantee, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but I guarantee he's talked to his lawyer has maybe even talked to the police, and the police, could just be saying we're looking for him to question him, and while they're working something out, because that's what the lawyer's going to do, like you and other people have said.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't have any, I don't know if he has a record or not. If he doesn't have a record, my guess is eventually he will plead guilty to a lesser charge.
Yeah, it'll be like a reckless abandonment of a vehicle misdemeanor. And for those saying that
way he can say, I'm guilty. I did wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and they might even suspend him for a game or two.
Yeah.
Sorry, boys. Can I jump in here?
Yeah. Who is this? Who are you?
Go for it.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm a
what's up?
retired cop. That's why I figured I'd let you guys know.
Attaboy.
When you said let the police handle it, the police can only handle it if everyone is compliant with everyone else. I mean, if they're talking to the police.
Mm-hmm.
So if the lawyers get involved and they pay everyone off, there was never an accident. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody witnessed it.
Well, there are witnesses though, but yeah, if you're saying if they get paid off
Right now, if they get paid off, then there was no incident. The NFL won't do anything because I was innocent, and therefore the NFL won't do anything to him. He won't get suspended. He will be found innocent.
Well,
and that's how you get around it.
Well, we'll see what happens, but it's certainly wild. If people want to use wild comments, it's certainly wild to be, defending a man. And a couple of the people.
Were there any major injuries?
There was somebody that went to the hospital. Yeah. And
So that'll
I can
add
definitely
to
see
it
the
as well,
NFL
but they can get paid
overreacting.
off too.
yeah, but I to Wednesday's point, like, this is a corrupt world we live in. Okay, so Wednesday's not off base by saying that this thing could go away somehow. However, it's so public right now. There's no.
Yeah, right now I can see it being. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's like being so public with the shooting. The NFL is going to take a stand.
Yeah,
And I have a feeling it's
I
gonna be
think they
right.
can't. This can't go away. There's no way that this can go away. Could it become some sort of weird? Like we all get kind of complacent with it. We decide to forget about it, and then 6 months from now it's old news, and it becomes some sort of lesser charge that he pleads to, and like you said, something
That's why I said that.
like that. Yeah, that could absolutely happen because Alvin Kamara pleaded to. It wasn't even. I think Alvin Kamara's plea was conspiracy or something to commit like a criminal action or something like that. It was a misdemeanor though at the end of the day. So yeah, I don't know. All I know is
remember when Plaxico Barres got arrested for shooting himself.
Yeah.
And he went to jail for that. He's the only guy that ever shot himself.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Prosecuted him, and
he allegedly shot himself.
No, he definitely did.
Show some respect.
He's the victim too. He did shoot himself because he's the victim and the
show some respect for the victim.
He's playing both sides of the story.
The victim wanted to keep quiet about it.
So Alvin Kamara, he pled no contest to a misdemeanor charge of breach of peace.
And breach of peace, yeah. Beat a man to the, like that stuff makes me sick that these players can get out of.
Yeah.
These players can get out of these things all the time.
However, for medical bills and no felony charges.
However, though, that I'm sure Wednesday could tell us is a big difference, though. Like getting in a little fight, even though it was a vicious fight for sure, and having like all of this damage, vehicles, insurance, honestly, there's a lot more involved in this. What?
Injuries are really what makes the difference. I mean, if you leave the scene of an accident and there was no injuries, that you can write a ticket for that. But if you leave the scene of an accident and there's injuries, you become a wanted person.
Yeah. So
regardless of the extent of the injuries, you still left the scene.
Yeah.
So he's still under these. He might have been under the influence. We have no idea. That's.
Well, I mean, it's
on the phone here. What are the odds that the police are actually doing a lot of those payoff things? I just want to know what your opinion is on that.
What do you mean payoff thing?
Well, you're talking
it's
about
not the police.
What's your experience with that?
No. It's the victims get contacted by the lawyer to not talk to the police. Not they don't want to be pressing charges. If you don't have a complainant, if there's no victim, you can't prosecute. So that's what it is. It's Rashid Rice's people contact the victims and say, "Hey, we'll take care of you."
Allegedly, he's saying this is how it could go in his mind.
Well, this is speculation. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that can happen.
Right. I'm just clarifying for you. I'm just clarifing that you're coming up with a hypothetical, just so people don't think that there's something.
No,
you're
I'm
saying.
not saying this actually happened. No, I'm just Anyway, sorry to interrupt, but when you said let the police handle it, I'm like, we can't. There's no investigation
Well,
to happen.
yeah, but
It's
they're
we know
at
exactly
this
what
point.
happened already.
I know, but at this point, the police are in control of where this thing goes, and then like the league has to react to that. The league can't jump in front of the police and say, "Hey, TMZ saying."
There's also no detective tracking him down either. You know, like, there is no police officer looking for Rashee Rice right now. It's like,
You don't think so?
no, it's not a real police. You know, it'll be like
I think they
wherever he
I think
lives,
they want
there'll be
him
a
for
police
questions.
officer somewhere nearby.
I think they're
Yeah.
making a
And,
public. The way they're looking for him is a public statement of we're looking for. You know,
Right.
he needs to come in.
It's not a manhunt.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. He's not in a white Bronco.
Twitter, where they're talking about it's a big old manhunt for him right now. It's like, dude, they're not looking for
No,
him. He's a wanted criminal.
it's like this.
No, he's in trouble. But
This
it's
is
not like, you know.
this is Shelley.
There's no helicopters.
This is Shelley from the front office of the police department in Dallas, chewing her gum. Is Rashee Rice coming in today?
He's going to be in handcuffs. We're going to see pictures of it, and it's going to be a statement the following day. He's going to get released. It's going to be a misunderstanding, and hopefully it all goes away for him.
This is Sheila.
We'll see.
Can you send in Rashee? Thank you. All right. Hey, Wednesday, appreciate you calling back. Call back anytime.
Yeah, no problem. I'll talk to you guys later.
Our retired officer in chief. Let's go on. Let's go on over to Tyler, Scott Tyler. He called back. What's up, Scott?
Hey, I gotta jump, Smitty. I just wanted to call in quick,
Right.
so I'll talk to you later.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Travis.
it.
Later. Scott, what's up? You're live. Hello, Scott.
You're on mute, brah.
Okay, Smitty. Hey, one thing. NFL is really smart because there are no NFL football teams in the four states of the United States that are Commonwealth states, because you don't have to have any witnesses. Saying they're going to press charges, the state will pick up the charges and press them to the max. And if it was happening here in Kentucky, it would be a full-blown manhunt, and they would be out looking for his ass, knocking doors.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm pretty versed in this stuff. Like, no offense to anybody that calls in and has, I've seen it all, and I'm telling you right now, no one knows. No one knows how this is going to go. That's just experience. That's just 20 plus years of experience of covering this thing, you know, as an analyst, that you always think based on previous actions or previous cases or, you know, law or this or that. Like, there's the funny thing is the only thing I can tell you is about 90, maybe 80% of the time, if you're going to try and side on a side here, side on the side of the player getting off. You know, or being much less severe than you think. If you side on that side, you're going to probably be 80 to 90% accurate. You know, so as much as I want to come out here like I did with the Alvin Kamara situation and beat a drum on it, and literally I was the only person, there's not another YouTuber that went live like I did on every single piece of Alvin Kamara's situation. And when the video footage was released, I went live on it. Nobody else did. No one went live. News organizations didn't go live. I was the only one on YouTube live. The minute Alvin Kamara footage leaked, I went live. I was the only one live. No one cared. And
we could see how bad it was good.
Hold on, Scott. Hold on, Scott. So what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter what I think, what I feels right, what you feels right. The bottom line is the NFL did not give a crap. And as much as we feel like we would be in a cell right now if one of us would have done this, if you err on the side of the NFL is not going to care, you're going to be right 80% of the time. So my guess is we're all overreacting because the NFL ain't going to do crap. But we'll see. We'll see. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, if anybody wants to raise kids in a better environment, just go to one of the four Commonwealth states of the United States.
Okay.
More protection.
There you go. Scott's telling you how to protect yourself.
Because the state's going to press charges. no matter what anybody else says. If the state prosecuting attorney says, DA says, yes, we're pressing charges, it doesn't matter what anybody else says.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is here. That's the way it is in 4 states in the United States. But I've never lived in a state other than Florida that was like that. But Florida's real heavy-handed, so
yeah,
it was about the same way.
James says, so that's all you want. Want is points. Publicity is all you want, Smitty. I don't know what that even means, James. Are you trying to take a dig at me saying all I want is publicity? That's why I'm doing what I do or something? I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Hey, Scott, appreciate you.
All right, bro. Thanks, man.
Later, man. How you doing, by the way? Scott?
I'm doing all right, man.
You good?
I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there.
You doing better? Or?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Okay.
It's about the same.
Okay. Prayers up for
But
Scott.
I'm hanging in there.
Prayers up for Scott. Later, bro. Call in anytime. You're welcome
All right,
here.
bro.
Later. Old school NFL with better cameras, says Chris. Perps in the building. Perps in the building. See what Perps has to say. By the way, the longest yard 2 is going to be pretty good, says Birds Aren't Real. Birds, thank you for the super chat, broski. Much appreciated. Perps says, because pickup and hold will be issued if they can confirm he was driving and left the scene. Just because he's the owner of the vehicle doesn't mean he's at fault. Yeah, so if they can confirm he was driving, that footage, Perps, of the individuals getting out of the vehicle should be able to confirm that, right? So, yeah, I think so. We'll have to see, man. I've got the footage on my Instagram, by the way. There's a couple people saying, Smitty, you aren't even going off any video footage either. Yes, I am. It's on my Instagram. I already told you. Go watch it. Go educate yourself. Perp says he hasn't seen it. Yeah, and it's hard to know, to be honest with you. It's not like the footage. It doesn't give everybody the clarity. There might be other angles and other footage, and I don't have all the footage clipped. So, clearly what I have up doesn't mean. C-Max says, whatever you do, Rashee Rice, don't eat the spaghetti in jail, bro. I knew C-Mac would be in here to relish in a Kansas City Chief downfall of some sort. taking a stab. My boy. You know what's funny? C-Mac, in our group chat earlier today, and I said, watch all the Ayuk rumors roll in now. Ayuk to KC. I didn't want to say that was gonna actually happen. I just said watch the rumors roll in. And you guys are so funny. First thing you got, like, oh, Smitty thinks Ayuk's going to. I didn't say that. I said watch the rumors. The rumors are coming. You guys are so funny, so reactive. But you will start to hear a lot of gibberish, a lot of fake news about, oh, Ayuk's going to KC, and there's just little to no chance that will ever happen. But those rumors are going to be rampant. They're coming. Oh, Ayuk could be a great fit for Kansas City. People are going to be talking about it left and right. Mom spaghetti. That's right. I don't think he goes to jail if the injuries are minor or non-existent. Had he not been rich. Perp says, I'm sure because his name is involved, he's contacted an attorney and the team has contacted him and his legal team will be calling the police. Yeah. It's crazy, though, that he fled the scene, though, Perps. I mean, that's insane. Even if he was in the vehicle, I assume, Perps, I don't know if you have any idea on that. Him fleeing the scene, even if he's not driving, isn't that also a crime? Like if I'm in the vehicle with 3 people and I'm not driving and I'm not the owner of the vehicle, or let's say I'm the owner of the vehicle. Let's say I'm the owner of the vehicle because that's the example we have. I'm the owner of the vehicle, Perps, but I'm in the passenger seat because I've been boozing or whatever, and my buddy's driving, and he crashes and causes a 6-car accident pileup, and somebody goes to the hospital, and I flee as the owner of the vehicle. even if I'm not driving, am I not responsible? To some degree of fleeing the scene? Or is only the driver held accountable for fleeing the scene? And God, I mean, that footage I do believe shows Rashee Rice getting out of the driver's side vehicle, but we'll have to see. I don't know. I don't understand why he ran. In my opinion, like he made the situation definitely into a felony. The thinking would be that, I mean, my assumption would be, and it's an assumption, is that there's something in his system he wanted out before he came into contact with police, so that it was he fled the scene. Well, I was on the freeway. I didn't want to get hit. His attorney is going to be like, my client did not want to get hit by a vehicle, so he fled to a safe location, and we immediately, 48 hours later, contacted you to have him come in and completely cooperate. Rashee Rice is going to 100% completely cooperate 48 hours later. Ron Navy, you're live.
Yeah, I think that it's still fleeing the scene. He'd be considered a witness right there, and he fled the scene of being a witness. So I think it goes to witnesses too, not just the person that's driving.
Yeah, I don't know. Deckard says, Smitty, you're a little much on this one. I'm a little much on... What's that mean, Deckard? What, Ron?
If you witness an accident, you're required to stay and give statements to the police because you're a witness. Now, does everybody do that? No, but the fact that if he was in the car and he wasn't driving, but he was in the car, he's one of the main witnesses. He's not just a passerby.
Perp says, yes, if they can confirm he left the scene of an accident and just leaving his car in the middle of the highway, depending on the injuries. The injuries are going to be key here. That somebody did go to the hospital, but it doesn't sound like they're life and death injuries involved, though. So the injuries could really, the lack of intense injuries could dial this back a lot. Like it's good that no one got hurt, but it's pretty good for Rashee Rice too that no one got hurt bad. But we'll see. Maybe the person in the hospital is actually pretty bad off. I don't know. I'm having a bad day, and that just gave me a good laugh, Smitty. Thank you, says Chris. I don't know what part of me made you laugh, but thank you, pal. Appreciate you. I don't know. Deckard said I'm too much on this one. I don't know what he's talking about. Mr. TD says Smitty's a doctor and an attorney. Amazing. I'm not, but I do know a lot about these topics. We've got guys. What?
You did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last
I
night.
did. I did do mock trial in high school. Sean L, you need to read up, Junior, says Mr. Grapefruit. Okay. Newsflash, you're not required to talk to the police, says Sean. Sean, you watch too many TikTok audit channels. Guys making millions a year and can't afford to race on a track, says Prime. God, I don't know what these guys are thinking, man. I don't know what they're thinking, especially if there allegedly were guns in the vehicle, and you could have a gun legally registered. It's not like that's necessarily a crime, especially in Texas. But to be doing all these things when you're on top of the world, man, I don't understand. What these players think sometimes is crazy. Everything falls on the driver, even though he is the owner. The passenger would be in the clear, says Sebastian. I don't think that's entirely the case, but I think that obviously, knowing someone's injured and fleeing is probably pretty bad, Sebastian, but he'd be in a much lesser situation, no doubt about it. You stopping the street racing by governing automobiles until you we'll continue having these issues. So Philly wants all electric cars, totally controlled. All right, Ron, anything else, bro?
No, that's it.
I was trying to get off the phone like 15 minutes ago, but 20 minutes ago, but we got all these calls. Ron, what's your prediction at the end of the day before I let you go? What's your prediction at the end of the day? The NFL does nothing?
I totally agree with you. Your feelings, my feelings, anybody's feelings doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
So probably not much is going to happen because that's what society is training us to deal with. If it's you or me, we'd be in jail, and the elites get a free pass. They're above the law. That's the reality of everything. So probably not much is going to happen.
Yeah. Probably, man. Probably.
Yeah.
All right, Ron. Appreciate you.
Later.
George from the Bay. Final thoughts. I forgot you were there, bro.
I think I'm going to hop into the best ball draft and try to take Rashee Rice in the 20th round.
20th round would be nice.
I know, right?
Where I would take him would probably be like, so he's going in round like 2-3 turnish probably. I'd still take him in the fourth round.
The 4?
Yeah, because I honestly don't think the NFL is going to do anything. I think there's some, like I said, I truly believe that like you bet on and bank on the player getting away almost nearly 100% unscathed is you're going to be right 80% of the time. I just don't know. Unless especially when there's no major injuries. Now, if the injury, the person went to the hospital, ends up being a major injury, like something devastating, then I think it could unfold differently. But I think his attorney's going to spin this one like he was getting off the freeway to stay safe. I'm telling you, it's going to be like he's completely going to cooperate. I don't know, man. I just don't see it.
I'm thinking there's going to be a big possibility that one of the friends takes the fall for him and he gets off. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some talk about. There's a lot of cameras though, a lot of footage. My footage I have on Instagram doesn't necessarily tell the whole story either. I don't have all of it, so don't assume by that footage that there are no other angles. But the footage should tell us and show us who was driving. I think that there's enough footage that I believe it would. So if he lies about that, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
But if he was for some reason not like proven he was not driving, he'll be fine. Yeah. Crazy though.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go.
All right, later.
I'll let you know where I get him in the draft.
Later, bro. Look, I'm not. Is there proof of him being the driver? That all this stuff is still unfolding, bro. There's footage of reportedly him. Reportedly, these are all reportedly reports. So that's why we're here dissecting it. But there is so much footage that if it is true that he was driving, and if you want like the evidence that we're dealing with on this show, this is the one that you would look to. Okay, it's right. Let me see. I have it right here somewhere. Move that over here. I think it's right here. No, that's not it. That's not it. I want to say it's one of these. Here it is. This right here, the call sheet lists Rashee Rice as the Corvette driver. Both drivers fled the scene. Again, these are all these. If these are true pieces of information, then that's all we got to go on right now. It's not like we didn't have that to look off of, and talk about. It's not like we're coming in and speculating he's the driver. There's an actual report that said he was the driver of the Corvette. Both drivers fled the scene after causing a 6-car crash on the freeway, drag racing, and then leaving the injured behind. So I don't know why people come in and defend this. Like, it's not like we're not openly saying we don't have all the facts and maybe this unfolds a little differently than we think. Like maybe he wasn't driving. Like, those are all things that we have to take into account. But for anybody to defend this situation the way they are, it's weird. It's a weird look. Don't lie to the Chiefs organization, Rice. Remember how the Chiefs handled Kareem Hunt. A lot of speculation. Yep. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. I'll be back later. I'm a little bit under the weather. But we'll be back for more information as more information gets dropped. Yeah, why people defend this stuff is crazy. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Like, to be open-minded is one thing, but to defend it is like, it's just weird. It's weird somebody's initial reaction is to come in and be like, how dare you go at, a player and, tie all kinds of weird things into it. Insane. All right. Appreciate you all. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, live whenever big news breaks like this right here. And I'll see you guys probably later. Don't forget to underdog during the final national championship basketball game, during the big game. Underdog's going to be dropping $1 million, probably in like $100, $20, $50, $10 increments. And that doesn't mean just because you get $10 doesn't mean you can't get another $100 later. A couple people got multiple deposits. But Underdog will be airdropping over $1 million, up to $1 million into random Underdog accounts. Just make sure you click the link in the description of the video. Use code Smitty. That will get it done as well. Or you could just click this link that I'm dropping in the live chat right now. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Don't miss out on having a chance of getting some of that $100 million airdrop action from Underdog. All you got to do, the only qualification is to have an active Underdog account. So click that link. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. Happy Easter to all of you. Be safe out there. And I'll be back most likely for another video later. Appreciate you. YouTube.com/The Fantasy Football Show.